Hi everybody, it's Debbie Master here. So in this time of COVID-19, we have to communicate differently. And one of the things that we want to do going forward is at least have this venue so that we're talking about some of the things that, we need to focus on and how to stay healthy and how to try to reduce some of the stress in our lives. So if you just take a minute and breathe and recognize that we are going to get through this. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that we're going to stay strong as a community. We're going to work hard to ensure that we're keeping costs under control, as we've done so many times before in Palatka, and that we're here to help each other. So a couple key messages I want to get through. One is social distancing, the new buzzword, right? So the plant is going to stay in operation as long as we possibly can. Now, a few things that you may have heard: Ron DeSantis, our governor, has stated recently, even as recently as earlier today, that he doesn't feel a stay-at-home order is necessary in this state at this time. So again, at this time. So that's a positive in that we could keep people working. So keeping people working is important if you are healthy. So we want to be sure, though, that your first objective is for you and your family to stay healthy. So if you feel as though you have a fever or may have come into contact with someone who may have a fever or show some other signs of this potential virus, then err on the side of caution and stay at home, okay? And then we can be sure that you're contacting with LaTanya, or she's contacting with you to make sure that you're taking care of you and your family. So that's the key part. Secondly, when you're on site, we want you to stay healthy too. So 6 feet apart as often and every opportunity you can. So 6 feet is quite a distance. So, I'm 5'3", and that's my arm span. So recognizing that you've got to be as far away as I am tall and then some. That's a lot when you think about it. But the good thing is we've got 550,000 square feet of space under here, under this roof. So there is no doubt in my mind that we can ensure we have the social distancing we need. So try to do that at every opportunity. And that's why we've cut back on the pre-shift meetings and stopped even the safety training. And even today we talked about in a group meeting that I had with the salary team, that we probably need to even pull out the team room computer, because so often we're in there not thinking, touching our face, touching the keyboard. Somebody else walks in, touches the keyboard. So all this is not to make your life more difficult. This is to ensure that we are doing everything we can to be safe and healthy. So stop, think, and act applies in this case too. So stop, think, and act in that if you're touching something, wash your hands afterwards. If you're going to touch something that you're not usually touching, like your coffee pot that's near you or the HMI that you're not usually around, wash your hands first, then touch it, and wash your hands after. Likely if you're the operator at a station, wipe that area down, ensure that no one else is using your area if you can, and they do, then go ahead and wipe it down again. Wash your hands often. Do not touch your face. Don't touch your face, because this virus is being spread when you actually touch something that someone may have sneezed near or had a droplet of, and then you touch that and you touch your face, and then you possibly are going to get it. So again, wash your hands often, keep your hands away from your face, practice social distancing. So that's the real reason why we're having this this conversation today, because now that we are doing this and not having the team meetings, I don't always get the opportunity to share those messages with you. So I'm going to do these YouTube videos as often as I can, at least every day or a couple days, so that, again, you're seeing me and we're communicating to keep you safe and healthy and aware of what we're doing. So again, no stay-at-home order yet for the state of Florida. Jay Bachman just gave a town hall meeting, and I can share with you some of the things that you may also have heard from Mark Rayfield, our CEO for Saint-Gobain North America, and he shared with you some things regarding 20% pay reduction that the executive team is doing. Our team is also doing that. Our Jay Bachman, our CEO for Gypsum, and his direct reports. And we are going to have a postponement of the exempt salary team's merit increase. So that will be postponed until October. That is not so for our non-exempt group. And you, our associates, are the non-exempt group, so your salary non-exempt. So that means that merit increase will still occur for you on April 1st. So that's a positive thing. We are also going to match the 401k. Now, Jay stressed that we also have some compassion for our fellow Gypsum associates in the Certainty group, because that is not the case for the Certainty group. There's going to be a deferral on the matching on the 401k for the Certainty group. However, because we were just acquired and there were certain stipulations in that acquisition legal paperwork that says that our acquisition couldn't change those parameters. So we will still have that matching 401k. Again, have some compassion for others, and think about that and our counterparts who are taking some hits to that. You all know that 401ks have dropped significantly because of the stock market, and yes, we are in a serious economic downturn. The good news is that, as Jay pointed out, that construction still seems strong. However, we also have to remember that may not last forever, and we'll likely see some dip in that construction market and housing starts later in the year. So we have to be aware of that and conserve our cash flow now. And that's why I'm asking you to be very aware of supplies, conserving materials, also no overtime as best we can do. And that's all in the forbearing of not having us have to lay off or furlough. So furlough, that's an interesting word that you may have heard on the Mark Rayfield video. So what does it mean to furlough? So this is a positive incentive that we're hearing from Saint-Gobain, which is a great thing, in that if we have to, for some reason, take a curtailment of our operations, then we likely can still do our 2-week time off, where we can still use our short-term disability or coverage to cover that. But then also, if it, and we don't know exactly how long this could last, but if there is going to be a downturn, we can give people a furlough, which means you'll still have your insurance paid for by the company. You'll also have to participate with your side of it, but that means that your benefits can still continue, and then you could go and seek unemployment as well, unemployment insurance. So that's a good thing. That's a positive thing for us. So none of that's happening today, and all I ask you is to remember that we are here for you. We are going to support each other. We have a very strong community here. Reach out if you need some help or advice or want to de-stress. Again, Be mindful of what's going on around you. Practice social distancing. Be with your families. You can still get out and do some exercise and take walks and, just get over the stress of what's going on. We're all in it together and we can get through it. Absolutely get through it. I know I'm generally a pretty positive person, but I know that we will work through this together. So stay healthy, wash your hands often, don't touch your face, and keep your areas clean, stay 6 feet apart. And if you should feel you have a fever or anyone in your home have a fever, make sure you're staying at home and give LaTanya a call, or she'll reach out to you so that we can communicate and make sure you're okay, because that's the important thing. We want you to stay healthy, we want your family to be healthy, and we want to try to keep the virus from running through the plant as best we can so that we can all stay working. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon.